using your voice tones to amplify, heal, balance, and stabilize. And whenever we're using our voice, and we're going to practice, we're just going to do some toning because that will then ripple into your words. When you tone, you want to be very mindful of holding your energy and awareness in your divine line, because toning is like getting out the big fire hose, and we want to be anchored when we get the big fire hose out, because if you're not anchored and you start to shoot your fire hose, then you could get flopped all over the place. So we want the anchor, and we want the anchor someplace in the body, in the divine line, on the front of the spine, somewhere that feels really solid. And that's usually going to be either heart chakra, third chakra, second chakra, or first chakra, the base. If you feel like you are a heavy hitter, really powerful, really intense, and people are like, wow, you're a lot, you're going to want to go more to the third chakra, second chakra, base chakra. If you're like, I'm not that intense, I want to be more intense, then play with third chakra, maybe heart energy. And if you don't feel comfortable making out loud sounds, then you can just do silent. That's okay too. Whatever feels appropriate. And whenever we're toning, we want to keep everything very relaxed in the body, because we want to think of it like a hose, like a garden hose. And what happens when a garden hose kinks? No water comes out. When there's no kinks in the hose, then we have this nice steady stream. And we want to think about sound as this beautiful steady stream. We also want to have control. So just kind of like a garden hose and the different settings on a garden hose head. We could do the spray, we could do the jet, we could do the mist, we could do the stream. So that control again is get the control when we've got a good solid anchor. So you take a few deep breaths using your inhale, your intent, imagination, energetic fields, to invite some energetic aspect of you, your imagination, to feel into an anchor in your divine line, front of spine, body deva, your anchor in your divine line that runs through the spine, the spinal cord. And then you relax the neck and the shoulders. And maybe you yawn a little bit to relax the jaw, because that relaxes the hips, which is the platform where we sit to create sound. And we're just going to start with a really simple tone, and it's going to be a grounding tone. But the very first tone that you make when you're beginning your toning moment for the day or ever, the tone is not going to be pretty. So we're actually looking for an ugly tone, a discordant tone. It's kind of like, imagine that you go to your cabin in the woods and you haven't turned on the water for 3 months or 6 months or all winter long, and then you go to your cabin and you turn on the faucet, and all of the water that comes out of the faucet, we're not going to put our mouth up to that and guzzle the first little drips. No, that's going to be disgusting, because it's going to have rust and crud and just ugh, and maybe a little sediment and mud. So for the first minute or 2 minutes of toning, you're getting the rust out of your pipes. And so we're excited to see all the gunk coming out of the pipes, and we're waiting for that clear water to come out of the faucet. But it takes a minute or two. So be intrigued by the discordant tone. And I haven't toned yet today, so I'm just going to give you an example of what an unpleasant tone is, and then I'm going to have you do your unpleasant tone. And then after the rust is out of the pipes, pretty good. Not quite lovely yet. Second tone's never quite lovely yet, but usually the fifth, sixth tone gets lovely. So for you, rusty pipes. Relax the body, feel your anchor, and make your rusty tone. Get all the nasty out. It might have some emotion too. It has sound. Move it. You might even want to laugh. That's a sound. Or cry. Good. And go for a second tone. And with the second tone, pretend, as you go into your second tone, pretend that you're hooting like an owl, you're biting into an apple, you're yawning, all at the same time. Whoo. And we'll just practice the whoo first. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Hoot like an owl. Whoo, 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 whoo. Yawn. Open that nose. And then kind of bite into an apple. Get that feeling. Back of your throat really open. Yawning. And hoot like an owl again. Hoo, 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 hoo. Yawning, biting into an apple, hooting like an owl, all at the same time, laughing your butt off. Hoo, 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 hoo. Hold the hoo. Hoo, hoo. Laugh. Hoo. Hold the tone. Let the body again clear the rust. You just hooted like an owl. You just did your big first tone. And the way that you can play with the tones, so we're just going to kind of pause at that one, balance your magnetics, expand your magnetics, balance the electrical and the magnetic energy within your cranial sacral fluid, because when you tone, you start to increase your vibration because you just got the rust out of your pipes and now you're starting to hold a higher vibration. Then you can get this weird pressure in your head, and we want to balance the electrical and the magnetic energy within the cranial sacral fluid for a higher vibrational way of being, body, to and expand your magnetics, your roots. And then one last piece that you can practice over the next few weeks with the toning is when you're making that hooting like an owl, that ooh, start playing with your lips and the tension of your lips. And you want to kind of pretend like you're going to give a fairly stiff, not good kiss. Just do that with your lips. Yes, and this might make you want to laugh. And then you've got your little lips going, and then you bring in your hooting like an owl tone. And we can move the jaw down. And that creates a spinning that you can do. So I'm just going to show you how to do a spinning sound and use that spinning sounds to actually clean your energetic fields. The way that I get that is I'm curling my tongue. So that's a little bit more advanced, but play with the kissing of the lips. Not good kissing of the lips, but good for toning. And you're working it. How you move your lips changes the tone. And the more connected you are to the toning experience, even if it's just a few tones of ooh, 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 you're going to have a shift in how you speak. In every word, it's going to have a bigger vibrational resonance kick in your body, which will actually help the health of your chakras, your organs, your meridians, your gland, your mind, your energetic fields, and then you positively you positively, energetically, empathically impact others. When people are around you, they're just like, God, I feel so light. I feel so high. I feel so bright and clear. Why? And you're like, because I get rusty pipes clean every day, right? Like I get the rust out of my pipes, and there's this higher vibration that you just hold. And every time you utter a word, silent or out loud, some part of you is vibrationally engaging in this. And for about 7 years, I intensively studied with the dolphins. Every morning when I was living in Santa Barbara, I would go out, I would kayak, they'd swim around me, we'd have a telepathic conversation, and they would show me how to use sound in each chakra. And so in these group sessions, we can dive into a little toning dolphin lesson on sound if you wish.